Welcome to the Scenario Podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are tackling something huge, something a lot of us deal with. Anxiety. It's so common, right? But we often focus on the mental side, the racing thoughts, the worry. What gets less attention, maybe, is how physical it is.
Absolutely. That restlessness, muscles just clenched tight, your heart pounding away.
Yeah, and trying to focus feels impossible sometimes.
Exactly. It's a full body thing. And look, therapy, medication, they are incredibly important, proven tools, no question.
Right.
But people are really searching for other ways too, things they can do day to day to manage the feelings, the physical stuff, maybe without adding more prescriptions.
Which brings us to yoga. It pops up everywhere as a recommendation.
It does, and for good reason, it seems.
Yeah.
It combines the movement, the breathing, that mindful focus. It's sort of a unique package.
Okay, so that's our mission for this deep dive then.
Yeah.
Let's get past the sort of general yoga is good for you vibe. We want to pull out the actual science, find the specific techniques that work, and give you practical steps. How can you really use yoga as an ally against anxiety? Let's find the actionable stuff.
Let's do it.
So first up, why yoga? Why does it seem to hit differently than just, say, going for a run or lifting weights when it comes to anxiety?
That's a great question. I think the core idea is that it works on two levels at the exact same time, mind and body simultaneously.
Okay.
Think about the physical side first. Anxiety makes you tense up, right? Shoulders up by your ears, tight jaw, maybe your back aches.
Definitely. That's chronic stress posture.
Exactly. So the poses, the asanas, they're designed to gently stretch and release all that built-up physical tension. You're literally telling your muscles it's okay to let go.
Unclenching.
Unclenching, yes. Plus, it gets the blood flowing better, which can ease things like tension, headaches, or just that stiff feeling.
So you're using the body to send a calm down signal back to the brain.
Precisely. And while that's happening, you layer in the mental aspect through the breath work, the pranayama.
Right, the breathing exercises.
Yeah. And these aren't just any breathing exercises. They're structured. They guide your attention, anchor you in the present moment instead of letting your thoughts spiral.
Which is anxiety's favorite game.
Totally. You're bringing your focus back again and again to the feeling of your breath moving in and out. It interrupts that worry loop.
So it's not about emptying your mind, which sounds impossible when you're anxious. It's about giving it a different job.
A specific calming job. That's a good way to put it. And the magic is yoga doesn't see these as separate. The body relaxing makes it easier to focus the mind. Focusing the mind deepens the body's relaxation.
Okay. It's an integrated system.
It's treating the whole system together. That's why it seems to create a more holistic sense of calm than just tackling one part.
That makes intuitive sense,
Yeah,
but anxiety feels so chemical, neurological. So how does stretching and breathing actually stack up scientifically? Can it really move the needle on brain chemistry?
Yeah, that's the critical piece, isn't it? And the good news is, yes, the science is catching up and showing some really compelling stuff.
Okay, like what?
Well, there was a notable study published in JAMA Psychiatry from NYU researchers. They looked at people with generalized anxiety disorder, GAD.
Okay, serious anxiety.
Right. And they found that Kundalini yoga significantly reduced their anxiety symptoms compared to just standard stress education talks.
Wow. Okay, so head-to-head against a standard approach, yoga came out strong.
It did. And it's not just Kundalini. Other studies focused on Hatha yoga, which is generally slower, more focused on holding poses and breath.
More what people might picture as typical yoga.
Perhaps, yeah. And that research also found Hatha yoga effectively lowered both anxiety and depression symptoms, especially in women participants in those particular studies.
So multiple styles showing benefits, but why? What's happening inside the body? We feel anxious, heart racing, maybe sweaty palms. What does yoga do to change that physiological response?
This is where it gets really interesting, the aha moment, like you said. Yoga seems to directly affect the body's stress chemistry. We know anxiety floods us with cortisol.
The main stress hormone.
Yep. And studies show regular yoga practice can actually lower the levels of cortisol circulating in your bloodstream. You're reducing the chemical fuel for that constant stress response.
Literally turning down the stress volume.
Exactly. And maybe even more importantly, yoga helps shift your nervous system's balance. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, or PNS.
That's the rest and digest system, right?
Yeah.
The opposite of fight or flight.
Precisely. Anxiety runs on fight or flight, the sympathetic nervous system. Yoga, especially the breathing and relaxation parts, actively encourages the switch over to rest and digest.
So it's like hitting the brakes.
It is. It slows the heart rate, calms digestion, helps regulate your breathing. And the key is, with consistent practice, you're not just doing this during yoga. You're actually training your body to make that switch more easily and quickly in everyday life.
Ah, okay. So it's not just about feeling good on the mat. It's retraining your baseline response off the mat, making you less reactive to stress overall.
You got it. You're fundamentally changing how your body and brain handle stress triggers, building resilience from the inside out.
Okay, this is powerful stuff.
Yeah.
So if someone's listening and thinking, right, I want to try this, where do they start? Because not all yoga is the same, is it? Some classes are really intense workouts.
That's a crucial point. You don't want to jump into a super fast-paced athletic class if your goal is anxiety relief. That might actually ramp you up.
Right. So what styles are recommended?
Based on the research and general consensus, 3 styles really stand out for calming a nervous system.
Yeah.
First, probably the most accessible, is Hatha yoga. It's generally slower, you hold poses for a bit longer, focus on alignment and connecting with your breath. Really good for beginners, very grounding.
Gentle start. Makes sense.
Then there's Kundalini yoga, which was used in that NYU study. It's quite different. Often involves repetitive movements, specific powerful breathing techniques, sometimes chanting or mantras. It's designed to move energy and really focus the mind. Can be very effective.
But more dynamic, maybe?
Yeah, in its own way. And the third one, which I personally love recommending for people feeling really burnt out or overwhelmed, is restorative yoga.
Oh, that sounds nice already.
It is. The whole point is deep, deep rest. You use a lot of props, bolsters, blankets, blocks to support your body completely in gentle poses. You might hold a pose for 5, 10, even 20 minutes. Zero effort. It's all about letting the nervous system just recover.
Wow, okay, so Hatha for a gentle foundation, Kundalini for actively shifting energy, and Restorative for pure nervous system reset. Good options depending on what you need.
Exactly. And the good news is you don't necessarily need a full 60-minute class every day to feel benefits. Even just incorporating a few key poses for, say, 10 or 15 minutes can start to trigger that calming response.
Okay, give us the essentials. If someone only has 10 minutes, what are the go-to poses for quick anxiety relief?
All right, 4 key ones come to mind. First, child's pose balasana. Simple, humbling. You kneel, fold forward, rest your forehead on the mat or a block. It feels safe, contained, great for grounding a racing mind. Breathe into your back.
Yeah, that forward fold feels instantly calming, like you're shutting out the world for a second.
It does. Second, a fantastic passive pose. Legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. Literally just lie on your back, scoot your hips close to a wall, and rest your legs up against it.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. It gently reverses blood flow, helps lower heart rate, really soothes the nervous system.
Yeah.
Minimal effort, maximum calm.
Nice. Okay, what else?
Third, for linking breath and movement gently, cat-cow stretch. On your hands and knees, you inhale to arch your back, look up slightly, cow, and exhale to round your spine. Tuck your chin, cat. Moving slowly with your breath, it releases tension in the spine and hips, and it's almost meditative.
Right, that rhythmic movement is soothing.
Yeah, very. And finally, arguably the most important, but often rushed, corpse pose savasana. Just lying flat on your back, arms relaxed, palms up, feet falling open. Total stillness for at least a few minutes.
The bit at the end of class people sometimes skip.
Please don't skip it. It looks like nothing, but this is where your body absorbs the benefits of the practice. It lets your nervous system truly register the relaxation. It's integration time.
That makes sense. The stillness itself is the practice, especially when you're anxious.
It really is. And that brings us to consistency. Doing savasana once won't rewire your stress response. Like any training, the real lasting changes come from regular practice.
Or showing up consistently, even for short periods.
Exactly. A few times a week, even 10, 15 minutes starts to build that foundation. That's when people report the bigger shifts.
And what are those long-term benefits people notice when they stick with it?
Well, physically, less chronic muscle tension, shoulders drop, jaw unclenches, definitely better sleep quality is a big one.
Huge for anxiety sufferers.
Huge. And mentally, fewer racing thoughts, less general irritability. People often describe feeling more focused, clearer, and importantly, more resilient. Meaning when stressful things happen, because they always do, you don't get knocked off balance quite so easily. You can handle it without spiraling into that full-blown anxiety state as quickly. You've built up that capacity to stay centered.
You've trained your internal calm down muscle.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Okay, but starting anything new can feel daunting, especially when you're already anxious. Any tips for beginners to actually build that consistency? How do you make it stick?
Absolutely. Number one tip. Start ridiculously small. Seriously. Don't aim for an hour right away. Aim for 5 minutes. Or just one pose, like legs up the wall before bed.
Lower the barrier to entry.
Massively. Success breeds success. Doing 5 minutes consistently builds confidence in the habit far better than trying for an hour and quitting after 2 days.
Good advice. What about resources?
Oh, they're everywhere now. Tons of high-quality free videos on YouTube, great apps with guided sessions for anxiety. Search for yoga for anxiety or calming yoga. Or if you thrive on structure, find a local beginner's Hatha or restorative class. The community aspect helps too.
And modifications. What if you're not flexible or something hurts?
Crucial point. Listen to your body. Use props, pillows, blankets. Books can work if you don't have blocks. Modify poses. If something pinches or causes sharp pain, back off or skip it. Yoga should feel supportive, never painful.
Okay. And the big caveat we need to mention.
Yes, absolutely essential. Yoga is a powerful complementary tool. It is not a replacement for professional mental health treatment. Right.
Talk to your doctor or therapist.
Always. Especially if you're considering changing medication or therapy plans, use yoga alongside those proven treatments, not instead of them, and be patient with the timeline.
How so?
You might feel calmer right after one session, which is great, but those deeper physiological changes, cortisol balancing, the nervous system retraining, that takes consistency over weeks and months. It's a long game.
Okay, so manage expectations, but know the potential is there with persistence.
Exactly.
This has been incredibly insightful. We've covered the science, how yoga impacts cortisol and the parasympathetic nervous system. We've got specific styles like Hatha, Kundalini, Restorative, and key poses like child's pose and legs up the wall. And crucial tips on consistency and starting small. It feels like a really accessible, evidence-backed path.
It really is. And maybe the final thought to leave people with is this. Try thinking about yoga less like exercise and more like training for your nervous system.
I like that.
Because the ultimate payoff isn't just flexibility, it's resilience. When you practice regularly, you're literally teaching your body and mind how to shift out of that high alert stress mode and into calm rest and digest mode more efficiently.
Did you get better at managing stress in real time?
You get better at catching anxiety earlier, before it snowballs. You learn to meet those first flickers of tension or panic, not with more panic, but with a conscious choice. Focused movement, steady breath. You're replacing the spiral with a strategy.
That's a profound shift. Building an internal toolkit.
It really is, building genuine resilience.
So the invitation to you listening is, consider how you might incorporate just one small piece of this. Maybe 5 minutes tonight, maybe just trying legs up the wall. How can you start training your own nervous system, even in the smallest way, starting today?
Thanks for tuning in to the Scenario Podcast. Don't forget to visit scenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.